yeah, people say I'm ridiculous. You could easily say I'm ridiculous. First of all, I'm not qualified to give any prognostication whatsoever. I can't give a prognosis. This is just a gut reaction. But I think that if you look at the way life used to be 1,000 years ago and the way life is today, try living during the Inquisition, try living in the Middle Ages.
Yeah, that's what's so funny. You always hear people, oh, we're living in the most violent time of our history, and it's not actually. It's the least violent time in history, and we actually have it pretty good. But I'm a strong believer in karma as well.
I think we're dealing with a time where we're really confused. There's obviously some bad spots everywhere. There always have been. It's very difficult to be a human being, and it's very difficult to develop a human being, to raise a person. So to have a baby, become an adult, the process is insane. There's so many pitfalls, and nobody gives you a guidebook. Nobody knows what the fuck is going on. And we're getting information from 7 million or 7 billion rather people a day, essentially. We're getting not all the information, but anything crazy, anything fucked up. Man born with 10 penises. There he is.
That'll get through.
Yeah, that gets through. Everything crazy gets through, and it's almost like we weren't designed for that. We're designed for what's happening in the tribe. Who are those guys with swords coming over the hill? Hey, we gotta get the fuck out of here. That's what we're sort of designed for. We're dealing with the same genetics, essentially, that people had 10,000 years ago. And there was no communication back then. There was nothing. And now it's on your phone. I was at a restaurant the other day with a buddy of mine, and I'm like, I'm a fucking junkie. I can't put this goddamn phone down. I have to keep checking the stupid phone. I'm such an asshole. I can't still. It's so bad. But it's this. What's happening is I keep getting information, and I'll go and I'll see something. Ooh, and maybe I'll see nothing, and I'll look more. And I'll see nothing, and I'll look more, and then ooh, a new post by someone I follow, something crazy's happening.
Yeah, it's especially when it's a married couple and we're in the same sort of business, and we're always journalists, so we're always looking for information. But I find that it's almost like a ping pong ball for us. When I'm looking at the phone and he's really mad at me because we're having dinner, and I'm looking at the phone, and then I put it down, and then he's looking at the phone, and I'm getting really mad at you.
So trying to keep the romance alive, and she's checking her phone.
I was at a restaurant the other day, and I watched 4 people, and none of them talked, and they all stayed on their phone the entire time they were sitting there eating together.
Yeah, but then you look at them, you're like, oh, these people, and 5 minutes later, you're the one checking your phone, and they're looking at you, saying the same thing. So it's like,
we are junkies. We really are. I interviewed Ray Kurzweil for I have a new show that's coming out on Sci-Fi.
Yeah, congrats.
Thank you. In one of the episodes, we were talking about the convergence, the human to machine convergence, and the idea that one day there will be some sort of a combination of people and technology. And he was essentially making the argument that it's already happened, and that it's just we're slowly accepting it, but that technology is in pacemakers and hearing aids, and we are so attached to our phones that it could be argued that if you have a certain number of people that constantly carry phones with them, the argument could be that you're already a part of that. You just haven't figured out a way to put it in your body. So the way before they had hearing aids, those dudes used to carry those horns. What? Lean for it. You remember those? Like you see them in the old Three Stooges movies and shit. It's like a giant buffalo horn. What? It would get close to you.
I'm not Google Glass, and they don't even hold anything.
Yeah. Have you played with that yet?
No, I haven't. Have you?
Yes. Yeah, I got a chance. I have a friend who works at Google, and she let me. That's one of those things. Yeah. That would help you. She let me play with it. It's very, very interesting, and it feels to me like a step. Like ooh, I'm holding on to a Model T right here.
Yeah.
Like this is what's one day going to be a Tesla. One day it's going to be a contact lens, and we're all going to have one, or it'll be some sort of an implant.
So describe it to me.
Well, it's sort of crude because sorry Google, but right now it has to be tethered to a phone, and this is I played with it's not ready for prime time.
Prototype.
Yes, it's a prototype, and a Google phone at that, and you can do things to it, like you can ask for. One of the things I thought was cool is like you can Google Ray Kurzweil, Google Ray Kurzweil, and all of a sudden it shows you like a page right out of Google on Ray Kurzweil, and you can see Google Ray Kurzweil video, and shows you all these video options. And then you can play them off of YouTube.
But is it projected somewhere, or are you looking at the glass?
Yes, there it is. That's me with one of those things. You can see it over there too. This TV in front of you actually. No worries. Nice. You see it sort of floating in space, but nobody can see it. Like if I have it on and I'm talking to you, you can't see what I'm saying. I see it, but you can't see it. And it's one of those things where if you like look over here, you don't see it, but you look here, you see it. It's really trippy. It's strange, but the strangest aspect is that I felt like I was holding on to something that was going to be something way greater someday. And this is just the first steps of this weird sort of transformation into the symbiote. So, yeah, that's right. It's freaky.
Not sure if I'm looking forward to it, I have to say.
I feel like I am, because I feel like I enjoy so many aspects of technology already. I think people are afraid, for the most, we're afraid of the loss of privacy. But if we could get people to stop being assholes, if everybody was like really cool, would you care if everybody looked at your pictures and got your email?
Or no, we know that everybody's
that
people are looking at everything.
But our issue is not with people looking at our stuff. Our issues are with assholes looking at our stuff, or people using our information against us. That's what we're really concerned with. And I wonder if you could extrapolate the sort of this thing that we're going through with technology, this massive curve, and it's spinning and spinning faster and faster until this exponential growth. If it was possible to somehow or another encourage that in human behavior as well as with technology, if technology could be used by in aiding in the sort of like connection with people, and aiding in emphasizing empathy, and emphasizing camaraderie and friendship and love, if that could be like seen as like a more worthwhile ethic, a more worthwhile like state of consciousness and behavior. It sounds like very hippie.
No, you're really optimistic.
Well, I think it's possible.
Yeah,
I really do.
That's great. Yeah,
Because I think
that.
there's repercussions that people experience now when they do something terrible to someone like on the internet, where there's a flood of people will go after them now that no one ever had before. You know, like, did you ever see there was a video where Anonymous released this video of this girl who was throwing puppies into a river, and then they went after her, exposed her, and chased her, and it was really horrific stuff. But people swarmed on this evil behavior. They saw that someone was doing something terrible, and they went after it. And this one example. There's also the example of what happened in Ohio with the rapes, where they were trying to cover it up, and that was also exposed by hackers. And then the massive amount of negative attention that was given on those people. And it's like, in time, would that not slowly sort of like cure people of this sort of behavior? Or if not cure people, make it far less likely to happen.
Yeah, because the golden rule.
Because people know what the fuck's going on. They're not going to tolerate it. If everyone knows that something like that happened, someone did a horrible thing, wouldn't that lessen the occurrences of these things? If there were repercussions, the masses had access. The problem is, of course, that we don't think of that loss of privacy in that way. We think of a loss of privacy in Big Brother. We think of like the NSA listening to all your phone calls, copying all your emails, and it sounds very Orwellian and dangerous and scary. And that this is an erosion of privacy, but it's also seems inevitable. It seems inevitable, and if it's not inevitable in the sense that the government gets it, I think they're just gonna they might get a hold of it first, but it seems like everybody's gonna get it. Right? It's just that's where it's going. It's all moving to this area of no boundaries. It's very weird, but if you look at how life has changed since the internet, when did we get it? Like 90-ish, 94-ish? When it really took hold. I got on AOL, I think it was in 94, I was on.
You were an early adopter.
Yeah, well, I owe it to my friend Robbie. My friend Robbie was a computer major. Robbie Prince, what's up, dude? He was a computer major in college and then became a stand-up comedian and was telling me, like, oh, it's a great way to write your jokes. I don't know, fucking type it all out. But I remember getting online the first day on AOL, and they have like all these categories you can look into, and I was fascinated. I was like, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. If you have a question, it was so rudimentary and crude with a 14.4 baud modem, but extrapolate that from 1994, take 1994 and go and look at how we are now in 2013. I would have never guessed. First of all, I'd never guessed that I'd be sitting in some room talking to some people who made a documentary of us, and the only way we communicated until today was strictly through this electronic medium. No publicists, no nothing, no one hooking this up, and no formal process. And then now, no producers, no network, no nothing, no filtration, no censorship, instantaneously broadcast. And my Ustream page has right now 14 million views. Yeah, so it reaches a lot of people. It's not like a couple weirdos are checking it out, and then it goes on iTunes, and at least 500,000 download each individual episode from either that or Stitcher or just the raw MP3. Like, this is a crazy shift in the way things were done just 20 years from now. And then you think about Facebook, you think about Twitter, you can take a picture of something, you put it online, and then this guy retweets it, and that guy retweets it, and if it's something, especially if it's something big or story big, it can get retweeted by millions. And then before you know it, it becomes a news story, and then before you know it, it becomes something the whole country knows about. And it's almost instantaneous. I look at that and I say, how is it possible that that's not going to continue to go in that same direction? And I really do think it's going to be beneficial. I think there's going to be pitfalls for sure as we sort of figure out our way to how to navigate this new world that we live in. Pardon the phrase. But I ultimately think that it's going to be beneficial.
I am sold. I think it's
No, I am too. I was not trying to stop technology. No, I am too. It's just that it's going to make our romantic dinners even harder.
Yeah, because you're going, are you looking at me or are you looking at your Google contact lens?
right. Exactly.
You son of a bitch.
Look into my
Yeah. Well, we'll have to, the thing is about these things, they seem to want to operate on voice recognition. It seems to be that's what the trend is with these things. That would be very difficult to hide.
Yeah.
You know, you can't say, oh, listen, honey, I totally, Google, blah, 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 blah. I totally agree with you. Google new shoes. Yeah, it would be, I don't know. I mean, it would be nice if we all took our Google contact lenses off as we entered in.
Exactly.
Yeah. I guess it's just an inevitability of the world we live in. You know, we just have to accept the fact that times they are changing.
Yeah. But better.
Hopefully. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm fucking wrong all the time. Don't listen to me. What other subjects should you guys cover?
The third episode is sex trafficking, actually. That was a really interesting one. Yeah. So it is, you think about sex trafficking, you think of foreign women being brought into the United States. Well, it's 10 times more likely that an American is being trafficked than it is a foreigner.
In another country or here?
An American here in the United States, yes. An American here in the U.S. So we basically went undercover. I went undercover as a prostitute trying to get a job at a massage parlor in Houston. And, I mean, within 5 minutes I was approached by this guy who tried to get me to be a prostitute for him. He wanted to be my pimp. And meanwhile, Darren was filming all of this from across the street in a car.
Oh my God!
And,
how are you not freaking out? You must be.
He was, and he was, and because technology has evolved so much, but yet we didn't have all the technology we needed with us at the time. We just had our iPhone. I had my iPhone on mute, but on speakerphone, so he could hear what was happening. And then I had the little glasses, secret filming glasses. But the only way he could hear me was through my speakerphone iPhone. And the whole time I was holding the iPhone while talking to this guy, so it looked really strange. I was trying to get Darren to hear what was happening, and the guy's saying, where are you from? You look like you're from Sweden. You can get a lot of clients. I can make you thousands of dollars every night, and you look so clean, which is a compliment that I've never gotten before. You look really clean.
Yes,
it made me wonder what other kind of girls
no scabs, no pus.
You're a clean girl. And meanwhile, and he kept on insisting for me to go into the car with him, and Darren across the street couldn't see where I was at, and thought that I had gotten into the car with him, and was sort of cursing me and saying, "Is she crazy? What is she doing?" And then I hadn't gotten into the car, and he kept on saying, "Why don't you come into the car with me?" And I just gave excuses that I didn't feel very comfortable yet, but that I was really looking forward to working with him. Because I wanted to know more information about how these whole prostitution rings work here in the United States. And it's really, really sad, it's these many times teenage girls who, are at a shopping mall and they're approached by this guy who says, "You're beautiful, you're the most beautiful girl I've ever seen, I'll give you everything you need in the world, come with me, travel with me." Sometimes these girls are, for whatever reason, they don't have a relationship with their parents, or they come from a bad background, and they accept, and they go travel around America with these guys, and very soon after they become, they're sex slaves, and they're sold out for, $200 a night. It's very, very sad.
And they somehow or another they keep them from escaping.
They keep them from escaping. Yes, first by just
persuasion,
coercion, and beating them, violence.
And some girls are even branded with like tattoos of their pimp and stuff like that.
Yeah, we interviewed one girl that had a dragon tattoo with the name.
It was a panther.
A panther tattoo with the name of her pimp in the back.
And all the girls that were in her ring all had the same tattoo.
Oh, no.
And sometimes they're scared to go back home. Some of the girls get hooked on drugs. The pimps get them hooked on drugs. And a few of the girls that we interviewed said they went to the police and told the police, but the police didn't believe them, and they just arrested them for being prostitutes. So they spent a night in jail, and they kept on saying they had a pimp, and the police did nothing about it. And as soon as they were released, the pimp was outside of the jail waiting for them to come out.
Put them right back to work.
Yeah. I mean, they're worth a lot of money, though.
Jesus. Yeah, it's like they're shepherds.
It is. It was
farmers.
Yeah, it was.
It's insane.
It is. It really is that, and it was really interesting. One of the operations, these sort of undercover operations we did, was in Charlotte, which is a big place for these for sex trafficking. Because there are all these interstates. This is North Carolina. All these interstates that meet there, and so we went out with this religious group, because religious groups are out there doing a lot of outreach for sex trafficking. And we went out with this religious group that goes out every night, or many weeks, many nights a week, to look for women, to try to recruit them, take them out of these rings, out of prostitution, essentially. And it was me and this other woman who works in this organization, and we went out with the secret camera, Darren, again filming from the car. And we saw a girl who seemed to be sort of lost. She had just gotten out of the car. Her jeans were ripped. And we called her, and we started asking, "Are you okay?" And she said, "No, I'm not okay. A guy just beat me, and I'm not feeling well." And as we're talking to this girl, suddenly it's as if we had disrupted some sort of crazy sex trafficking ecosystem, and all these pimps come out of the woodworks, out of the bushes, literally in the middle of Charlotte, in the main prostitution street, and come out and start circling us. And they don't know we're watching, because Darren's in the car watching them, and start seeing these two pimps sort of circling us to find out why we were talking to their girl. And that's when they came out and started calling us, and then we left. But it's really interesting, and it's happening all around the United States.
God. Wow. It's so disturbing. Now, does that happen in countries where there's prostitution? Where there's legalized prostitution?
That's a very good question. I don't know.
I would think that would be...
I just from out of the top of my head, I wouldn't think, obviously one of the big things, the reason why these rings exist is because it's illegal to be a prostitute. So prostitutes feel safer. If they want to sell themselves, it feels safer having somebody who looks after them and who essentially at the end of the day takes away all their money. So this is what we heard again and again.
It's sort of the same issue that exists in the drug world, where if you make things illegal, then you sort of create this atmosphere where only the outlaws profit. And I know that in Amsterdam, where drugs are pretty much legal, or at least
stop being a
as far as marijuana and many drugs, they have like a very low rate of addiction, a very low rate of AIDS. They legalize prostitution. I would wonder how much of this type of thing of sex slavery is mitigated by that.
Most places in Nevada, right, where it's legal, and I think that's the argument that a lot of the brothel owners make, is that we can make it safe, we can make it, the girls are tested, the girls are there under their own volition, and they get to keep their money as opposed to have the money taken away. So
we visited some of these brothels, and I was actually really impressed with
different
show.
For
a different show. But they get tested for AIDS on a weekly basis, for all sorts of sexual transmitted disease on a weekly basis, and girls feel safe. At least they're in the brothel and they're not out in the streets.
Yeah, I would imagine. Look, it's another one of those things. It's like a personal freedom issue almost. Like, should a woman, if she's crazy and she loves sex, should she be allowed to be a prostitute? I wouldn't want my daughter or my friend's daughter or my friend. I wouldn't want anybody that I know doing that. I wouldn't want anyone that I know being a prostitute. I also wouldn't want anybody I know being a hired killer. I wouldn't want anybody I know working on an oil field when it blows up. There's a lot of things I wouldn't want my friends to do. But do I think that they should be allowed to be a prostitute? Why is it that sex is something that everybody wants, but you can't sell it? Why is that? I mean, who says? Yeah, who says?
Yeah, we've met women on all sides of this issue. Women that are high-paid call girls and stuff like that who very much see it as an empowerment issue. And but the vast majority of naked girls out there are being exploited.
Don't ever fuck.
That's the issue, and it is because obviously
He's gonna bang like he's gonna.
Again, it goes down to that same issue of human nature. We're such a strange animal. And when you tell us that something is wrong and we can't do it, then it becomes this weird itch that people want to scratch. And I wonder how many people actually, I wonder that study, how many people actually go to prostitutes because it's illegal, as opposed to legal prostitutes. In countries where it's tolerated, I wonder if they have, less people.
Side-by-side study between
double-blind placebo prostitute study.
Exactly. Can we do it?
No.
Can we get funding for that?
Well, it's so it seems like a pattern. It exists. Things are illegal. People want to do them. Bad people sell them to the people who want to do them. Then you have crime.
Yeah. So basically, that's what our show is.
And then we go do a show back home.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there anything that you guys did during this new show that really shocked you? Is there anything that really stands out, or something that you never expected?
I mean, I thought it was the pimp moment was a shocking one. I've never seen a pimp sort of use his game to try to pick someone up before. I've heard about it, secondhand stories, but to actually see, especially since it was my wife, but that was really interesting. How
It was been a cuckold.
They tried to sell it.
I was really nervous going in, not only because I was filming undercover and that is always nerve-wracking, but also because I was trying to apply for a job just to show sort of what this is like, what this sex trafficking underworld is like. Not that I was going to work as a prostitute, but just to be able to get into these massage parlors and see how easy it is to get a job. And I was nervous that they were going to turn me down and say, "I'm sorry, you're too old, or too fat, or too this, or too that."
That's funny.
As a woman, that's the first thing. So when this guy approaches me and starts saying that I look very clean,
you always go, "Hey, all right, I can pass."
I came back to the car. The first thing I told Darren's like, "I still got it."
That's hilarious. What other subjects were covered? I mean, how many episodes did you guys do?
It's 6 episodes.
6 episodes.
We covered animal rights, activism.
Did you cover the Animal Liberation Organization?
No, we didn't really delve into that too much. But what we were looking into was the guys that go undercover into factory farms and film abuse of animals on factory farms, and then they turn it into campaigns to try to get people to stop eating meat or to sort of improve conditions for factory farm animals and stuff like that. So there's the sort of whole very successful campaign by animal rights groups in the last decade or so that have used the undercover camera, and so we figured since we're doing a show about undercover filming, let's see if we can hook up with these guys and see what their world's like. So we hooked up with this one guy who's been doing it for 10 years, and he remains anonymous.
Yay.
Because of a fake name in the show, but his whole life has just been penetrating these farms and capturing pictures of abuse on film and stuff like that.
And this is a guy who's obviously vegan. He's completely against the eating consumption of animal meat, and he still every day goes to work when he goes undercover and he has to kill these animals just to be able to report what's happened inside his factory farms. And then there's legislation that is being passed right now in several states to try to stop to prohibit what these guys are doing by filming undercover. So
I've seen that.
Yeah.
And how is that flying? How are they allowing people to do it? Because everyone is outraged when they see those videos. Even the media, they watch those videos of people I saw one of this abuse that was going on with these cows, where this guy was hitting a cow with a crowbar. And they're so horrific. Right. And again, another thing is being exposed by technology.
Yeah, right. I believe that video could have very well come from the guy that we feature. He's sort of one of the biggest undercover animal rights activists.
So did you alter his voice and blur out his face? And all
We didn't
that
alter
stuff?
his voice, but we definitely,
Blurred his
he was in
face.
disguise actually.
But
Yeah.
he's had I don't know how many name changes throughout his life, and he's been doing it for
He's really
10
hardcore.
years. And if you ever want to do any undercover filming, this is the guy you need to talk to. And he actually gave me some training because all of this show is about undercover filming. He gave me some training into filming undercover. He sent me out into a parking lot and told me that first I had to go to that woman over there. She's a perfect stranger, and you have to ask her. You have to get information from her. I want to know where she lived before she lived here, and I had to go and do that. And I passed that really easily. But then the second test that he made me do was I had to go out there and make a woman sort of run away from me because she was scared. And I'm not very good at that. I'm good at getting information from people, but I can't. It's not in my nature to be mean or to be scary or intimidating. And so I went to a parking lot and I just started acting wild, crazy, and not really scary, just crazy. Where is water? Where can I find some water? And people were just staring at me. Who's this crazy woman? Probably thinking I was on bath salts or something.
Why were they trying to get you to do all this stuff?
So this is part of the training, is that you have to be able to make people feel either very comfortable with you, so they give you information that you need, that you want to get for your undercover filming, or very uncomfortable with you, so that you feel the need to either leave so you can film, or intimidated to a point that you will release any information you give without actually resorting to violence, obviously.
Only good. You tell me nothing bad will happen. You tell me nothing bad will happen. Only good. You tell me nothing bad will happen. Only good.
10 years.
If you tell me nothing bad will happen, only good.
The main trainer of undercover filming for animal rights activists in the United States.
I mean,
He's an incredible guy.
it seems to me that that's another one of those things where it's sort of a diffusion of responsibility thing. There's so many people that want meat, so many people that want, food, and if you can figure out how to stuff them into smaller packages, you can extract more ones and zeros.
Right.
Definitely.
And I mean, that's just it. These guys that do the undercover, filming, they obviously have an agenda, which is they want people to become vegan, but they're very sympathetic to the workers who, sort of toil under conditions that can be, at times, be pretty stressful, and that's what sort of causes them to lash out many times. And then, the sort of agriculture industry obviously just sees this as a pretty big threat. These guys coming in, filming on the cover of their farms, and their argument is that they're capturing these anomalies. This doesn't happen every day, and they're using it to sort of amplify their issue.
What is his take on this, though? His take is not that it's not an anomaly at all.
No, he says it's not. He says that in every single farm he's ever entered, filmed undercover, he's witnessed animal abuse.
Wow. Does he go to these organic, free-range places?
I think that the biggest sort of target for them are bigger
factory farms.
Yeah.
Boy, would it freak people out though if you go to a grass-fed, free-range farm and watch them abusing cows too. You're like, oh shit, because that's what everybody wants to pretend. Like, I don't have any murder on my hands. Why, my meat is grass-fed, and they smile right before they cut their throats.
Right. We actually went to a slaughterhouse. Now, actually, that was probably.
That was absolutely You asked before what would have been one of the.
That was probably the most surprising thing we did. Is we went to a slaughterhouse, but it was at a humane ranch. It was a certified humane ranch, and it was like we saw the whole process. We saw them tagging a baby calf, like a baby calf that was just born within like 11 to 24 hours. Mariana got to tag the calf's ear, and then we saw the other end of the process where what is it, 18 months later or something like that, they're slaughtered, and they let us onto the floor of the slaughterhouse, and they said we have an open door policy because we want to be sort of as transparent as possible and about how this food is raised and how it's slaughtered, and I've been eating meat all my life, and I've never once seen a cow slaughtered, and I thought it was a really eye-opening experience, to be able to sort of consume thousands and thousands of meals and not know exactly where you're so disconnected from where our food comes from, just as
How do they kill the cow?
So they use what they call a knocker, and they basically it's a
like No Country for Old Men.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, exactly.
And it sort of stuns the cow. It doesn't kill them right away, but it definitely sort of paralyzes them for a moment and puts them into a deep unconscious state. And then they hang up that upside down, and they slit the throat, and they cut the arteries, and
they never wake up from that thing to the head.
No.
So it's almost instant.
Yeah.
And that seems fairly humane.
Yeah,
It's not how it happens at every farm, though. Again, this is a humane farm.
What's the least humane way to do it? Kosher's really bad,
I
right?
have no idea.
Pretty sure kosher, they just cut their neck. I think
Really?
kosher, there's a process that has to be followed, and one of the parts of the process involves cutting the neck.
Yeah.
I think I don't think you're allowed to use that stun thing. It's kosher.
Yeah, there's some things that are called standard farming procedures. Standard farming procedures, and they're legal. Common farming practices. Perfectly legal, but so violent to see. And we watched tons of videos of this that were filmed undercover. But the debeaking of chickens,
so they don't poke each other because they get so close to each other.
The cutting of the tails of the pigs, all that is just hard to see. The taking away of the baby pigs from their mothers. You can see them caged in these little tiny compartments. All that is, again, common farming practices, but very hard to see. And obviously, there's a lot of interest there for us to be disconnected from our food and not see what happens. And I'm not a vegetarian at all. I still eat meat, but it was definitely very interesting to be part of it.
I'm not a vegetarian. I'm not a vegetarian either, but I certainly am not a fan of human cruelty, and I think that's the real issue. It's not whether, because these animals do not live forever, and the reality is